Alright. Hello, and welcome back to Dragon Warrior. Oops! Silly me, I forgot to change capture programs, or what program the OBS Studio is actually capturing. Still the end of Dragon Warrior 2. Okay. Well, as you can tell, I just literally just minutes ago finished Dragon Warrior 2. Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back. There, that's better. Dragon Warrior 3. Of course, my favorite of the NES era of the series, like I said back in video 1. And again, I will do a playthrough of 5 after this one. I mean, I know I said that, but anyway, I covered all that in the intro to this series, so for now, picking up where I left off after doing a little bit of grinding, getting everybody the best gear, weapons, and armor they can equip at this point in the game. Alright. Okay, we'll get that cursor out of there. Back to Romali, and time to head east or southeast. Granted, when you first get here, this trip isn't exactly a good idea, but after having raised several levels all around and got better gear, I think we're equipped to handle it. Make our trip to the next part of the game, the next area of the map. Granted, once you get to a certain point, you will be seeing different enemies, stronger ones. Again, it's not necessarily a trip to be taken lightly. Once you cross this bridge, I think is the domain border, so to speak. Yep. These guys could be brutal. You made it this far when you first got to this area after the underground tunnel in Warp. Ignore that cave for now, off to the right there for now. At this point, that's a dead end. Next town. Belly dancing. Okay. Asram. Asaram. Supposed to be like the Middle East, I guess. Anyways, something goes on at night in that town I want to show, but gotta wait until nighttime. Would be nice since this was the first game chronologically by release order, not counting remakes. First game in chronological release order to have the day-night transitions in this series. Would be nice that given that being the case. If the ends would give you the option of staying just a few hours until nighttime or staying all night like they do in most of the recent games. But no, that's not an option here, so... I mean, there will be an item you can get later on that brings about day-night transitions automatically. And once you get, I think it's a Black Mage character, I think it is, leveled up enough, he gets the day-night spell. That's, in both cases, that's later in the game. For now, there is no shortcut to doing that. Getting a few extra experience points and golds, I guess. Not by much, but okay, there we go. Nighttime, well, of course. Random battles always seem to happen when you don't want them. Now, again, remakes not counting in this equation, because as is always, especially in like Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy remakes, they add elements in that remake from later games that didn't exist at the time that the game was originally made. Like Final Fantasy 1 Game Boy Advance remake that I did a playthrough of not that long ago. Phoenix Down potions and Ether potions. Items that didn't become a thing in Final Fantasy until later games in the series were added. So, yeah. This whole running gag of Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest games, chronologically by release date, originally started right here in this town in this game. Okay, she's a fortune teller here, but why not? Sure, I guess. Wait a minute. Why are you sitting on a bed? You're just telling my fortune, right? Okay, I suddenly sense something shady going on here. How can I see? You turned off all the lights. It's dark in here. Okay, I'm not touching this one. Yeah. It's supposed to be like the origins of the so-called Puff Puff that's become common in Dragon Warrior games since this. To be honest, how that stayed in the original version of the game in the late 80s, early 90s when Nintendo of America was notorious for censoring stuff like that. Heavy religion, heavy violence, you know, sex. Yeah. As you can kind of read into that what's going on there. She had her hands on something that wasn't a crystal. Yeah, you get the idea. Yeah. How that dialogue managed to stay in the game. Yeah. Anyways. Again, the origins of the famous Puff Puff in Dragon Quest. At least as far as I can remember, if the first two games had it, and again, I'm talking only originals. The remakes don't count in this. Because a lot of elements from later games are added into the remakes where originally they weren't there. Like how in this game, the Switch version of this game has mini medals, and a mini medal king you could hand them over to. The original version I'm playing doesn't have that. That didn't start in original chronology until Part 4, the next game. So yeah, if the first two games in their original NES form had Puff Puff, I don't remember. Anyways, enough about that. I just thought I'd point that out since so many Dragon Quest fans I've talked to over the years seem to be obsessed with the Puff Puff aspect of the game. I can question why, but yeah, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, that's where that all started. Now on with the game. And by the way, just for the record, before anybody can try to twist what I was just saying around, I'm not saying remakes are bad. Hell, far from it. I mean, when I did Final Fantasy 1 earlier this month or late last month, did I do the NES original? No, the Game Boy Advance remake. So I'm not saying originals or remakes are bad, that the originals are always better. Far from it. I was merely pointing out that in remakes they tend to add things that weren't there originally, which is sometimes good, like Final Fantasy 1 with the Phoenix Down potions and the Ether potions and quality of life, as they call it, upgrades. In this game's case, the remake, well, is about as good. I mean, I like the original of this game. The only thing I don't like about the Switch remake of this game is that segment that you go through when you start out a new game. Why they felt the need to add that to it, I don't know. But well, of course, gotta have your desert areas in a video game. What kind of video game would it be if it didn't have a desert area? Oh, poison party members already, huh? Actually, that happened in the previous video too. Uh-oh, wait a minute, don't... that's right, I don't have that. I'm the only magic user right now. Okay, great. Guess I get to deal with poisoning. For some reason, part of my brain was thinking I was still playing Dragon Warrior 2. I was looking for the Prince of Cannock's magic spell, since he had the antidote spell in that game. But yeah, duh, obviously not playing that game now. Silly me. Do I still have any of those antidote herbs left from... Yeah, okay, good. From video 1. Or going into video 2, rather. Since the first video was just the introduction and grinding. There. Ooh, these guys can get annoying. That spell that raises their defense. If you don't get rid of them fast enough, they can do that multiple times. Have their defense so high that you can only do 1 hit point of damage. Actually, come to think of it, maybe it's not so much that enemy, but their sprite look-alike later in the game. Their palette swap, whatever the technical jargon for that is. Later in the game that I'm thinking of that does that. Again, why can't you get that many random battles that quickly when you really want them, when you're grinding? Dude! There's only one magic user in the entire party. For now, anyways. A caterpillar that can breathe fire. Yeah. Good thing that kind of creature doesn't exist in real life. Hey, look, it's a cute little caterpillar. Ah! Anyways, attempted comedy aside. Did anybody tell you what the name of this town is? Okay, how do you know that? Do I walk around telling everybody where I'm from? Hey, I'm from Minnesota. I mean, Isis, yeah, okay. By the late Pharaoh. Obviously ancient Egypt themed, like most desert areas in video games usually are. Alright. Let's talk to some of the people around here. Something I don't usually do in these playthroughs since, I've played these games so many times I don't need to. I know, anything they could possibly say I pretty much already know from having played the game before. So yeah. Socrates? Soccer? Sounds kind of boring. He just stands there all day. Okay. Oh, what does he do at nighttime? Gives you access, moves out of the way, gives you access to that staircase behind him, no doubt. Okay, the item shop. And in here and up those stairs is the weapon. Or no, never mind, there are no stairs, just up there. That's the weapon shop, weapon and armor shop. Which you better believe I'll be going to in a little while. But first, like I said, talk to some of the people here, since I usually haven't been doing a lot of that in these videos. Is there anybody here? Or is this just desert? Yeah, okay, this is just the castle courtyard desert. Okay. Actually, there's another reason I'm doing this. I mentioned it in detail in my Dragon Warrior 2 video in regards to the Silver Key. How in newer games, they drown you with tutorials, which a lot of people seem to like, telling you every single aspect of the game, pointing out side quest locations to the exact pixel on your world map, which to me is too coddly and hand-holdy for my liking, but a lot of people seem to love it. Then you go to games like this, where it seems like they expect you to just explore and blindly stumble onto whatever it is you're looking for. I made reference to that again in regards to the Silver Keys location in Dragon Warrior 2. And in this game, there's a secret to the pyramid, aka the next dungeon I'll be going to when I get to it. In the next video, probably. There's a secret that, yeah. No, you do not want to hear me sing. Trust me on this. The round button is... yeah. Hints at a puzzle involving button switches in the pyramid dungeon. This, if you were playing the game back in the day before the internet, well, actually by March of 1992 the internet probably existed. It just was still very primitive by today's standards and still in its origin roots, and therefore there weren't a whole lot of video game related web reference sites yet. There certainly was no YouTube or Twitch streaming yet then, so yeah. Back in the day, this is how you'd figure that out other than just dumb luck. So point being, they do tell you this kind of stuff, you just need to know who to talk to. Most of the time. Granted, yes, there are cases where they don't, but... and again, I could see, if you're used to that kind of thing, I could see where it'd be a problem when games suddenly stop doing that. But for me, having played the NES original 2 Zelda games, first one in Adventure of Link, the NES original Metroid, games where you basically just expected to explore and find things on your own intuition, or trial and error, You know, after having played those kind of games so many times, I kind of like it. I don't like when games over coddle you and tell you every little nitpicking thing about the game. Sturdy folk. What? Okay, can't open any of these doors yet. Can open this one, but there's no point in it. There's nobody there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, there are. Luckily, I've played the game enough times where I pretty much have the locations of all of them memorized, so I'll be able to avoid them, but of course I'm not going there anytime soon yet. Alright. Ooh, look at these prices. So again, that's the only downside to having the kind of party I do. Properly equipping everybody takes a ton of money. Oh well. Editing time. Alright. After having loaded a save file from a previous playthrough. Yeah. Over-leveled as usual. Again, if that kind of thing bothers you, then you probably wouldn't be watching my videos anyways, as every RPG I've ever done a playthrough of is that way, so... I mean, personally, I wouldn't have it any other way. But that's just me. I mean, if you like your challenge playthroughs, like I've said before, you know, play the game your way and have fun with it, so to speak. You know, that's fine. But anyways, got everybody all of the best gear they can equip. And in the process of doing so, plus I did spend a little more time grinding everybody up to level 30. It was like level 28, somewhere around there, by the time I got all the money I needed. Well, first get back outside. North of here is the pyramid some people were talking about already. Which I will be going through. But first, there is the matter of a couple little side quests that I pointed out in a previous video. Which, you know, I like when video games have side quests, don't get me wrong, but as I've pointed out in other YouTube video forums and Twitch stream chats and some of my own videos previously, the whole idea is kind of weird. The whole idea of a side quest in a video game. You're the hero, destined to save the world. The fate of the entire planet or the entire world is at stake. Ah, frick it, they can wait. Saving the world isn't important. I'm going to go do these totally trivial and minuscule side quests. Screw saving the world, they can wait. Yeah. Some hero. Anyways. Back to Romali. Actually, no, scratch that. Well, since I still have limited, well, a little more than I did before, but still have limited HP, or MP rather. This ain't the town I wanted to return to. Is in a previous video when talking about the Golden Crown side quest. Yeah. Mentioned that it's west of this town. Of course, again, you can do this or the other side quest in either order. It really doesn't matter, or none of them at all, since they are completely optional side quests. But like I said in the previous video, judging by enemy difficulty, it's probably better that you do this one first, as enemies here are a little easier than they will be in the cave you have to go through for the other side quest. Oh, wait a minute. Can't do that. No auto-targeting in this game. Well, there is, but only to a certain extent. Somewhere around here there should be a tower. The game would stop with the random battles long enough to find it. Again, you're seeing exactly why I like being over-leveled in my RPG playthroughs. Look at this crap. Another random battle, just what, one or two steps from the last one? With how many battles you fight in these games, why over milk each and every... Yeah, I made that point abundantly clear by now, but yeah. See? My point is being made yet again. And again, that's why I had such bad memories of the second Dragon Quest game for so long. Because back in the day, like I said before, I used to run from all my random battles. As many as the game would allow me to run from, that is. Yeah. And again, like I've also pointed out many times before, including just earlier in this very same video, where are all these random battles when you're grinding and then therefore actually want them? They seem to go AWOL then. Okay, which tower is this? Oh, okay. Layout-wise, that is. Again, have most of these dungeon towers memorized as far as the path you take to get through them. Between the NES original here and the Switch remake, probably the game in the series that I've played more than other than the first game, of course. Behind only the first game, this is probably the game that I've played more times than any other game in the entire franchise. Actually, thinking better of that, counting the Switch remake, probably played this game more recent months more times than the first game. So, since this game has more to it than just grinding in a few dungeons, well, technically just one. That grave of Garenham that you have to go to get the silver harp. Well, then of course the final dungeon. But 2 dungeons and a lot of grinding. That's pretty much sums up the first game in the series. I mean, there's that optional cave southeast or southwest of Tantagel Castle that you could optionally go through, but to get the bugged fighter's ring, but since that's bugged, I think that's even still bugged in the Switch version of the game. I never bother with it. Besides, The levels I'm usually at, by the time I get to that point, you know, who needs it anymore? Even if it wasn't buggy. Like the battle music here. Certainly better than the battle music in the first game. Frickin' even the Switch version of the game, while it's slightly improved on it, still at its core, it's still just as annoying. And yes, like I believe I pointed out in previous videos, there are other versions, other remakes of the first 3 games besides just the Switch one. But those are the, other than the originals, those are the only other version of 1, 2, and 3 that I've ever played. Never played the GB or GB Game Boy Color or the Super Nintendo ones. So I don't even know if they were even released here in America outside of computer emulation. I mean, the Game Boy Color ones might have been, but the Super Nintendo ones, they were Japan only, so yeah. But anyway, point being, I've never played those games, those remakes, so I have no knowledge of what they changed, how they changed it, what's the same. Just the originals and the Switch, the only. Anyway, point made, now I digress. Gas clouds. Okay. Never mind, actually. Again, like earlier, I'm thinking of enemies that look like this later in the game. That have ice breath attacks. Like the Frost Wolves in Final Fantasy 1. What was I gonna say? Gas clouds. Why am I seeing these guys already? That's, you know, never mind. Wrong enemy. Keep forgetting. Oh, even Zelda does that. You have base enemy palettes. Then they just slightly change the colors. You know, like red Lynels, blue Lynels, red Wizrobes, blue Wizrobes. Even Zelda games do that. Red Dark Nuts, blue Dark Nuts. Ah. Why is that? Every time, even just now, just mentioning the name Blue Dark Nut, my mind cringes at level 5 first quest. First plate. Guess I wasn't kidding when I pointed that out in my playthrough of the first Zelda game. And I'll never, probably to my dying day, never forget that first playthrough of level 5 first quest and those blue dark nuts. The enemy that killed me more times than any other enemy in the entire game, including the final boss. Really? Put that to sleep. Oop, took a wrong turn somewhere. Oh well, as long as I'm here, what's this? Oh. Okay, where did I goof? And again, what you're seeing on screen is prime example, so to speak, why I could never do Twitch chat or Twitch streams. Trying to focus on the game and talking to the people in the chat room. And just now, trying to provide audio commentary, ended up, not paying attention to where I'm going and taking a wrong turn here and getting lost. Only I, in a game I've played as many times as this one, could end up still getting lost somehow. Too busy talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing in game. Again, that's one of the reasons I could never do those Twitch chat or Twitch streams. I'd either end up dying more times than I should, or end up having to ignore most of the people in the chat because I'm too busy focusing on the game. Wait a minute. Who the hell are you and what are you doing in here? Video game logic is at it again. Seriously, why are you here? Duh. I think we already knew that. That's the whole reason we're here. The king of Ramali said something about someone stole the... Yeah. Talk about overstating the obvious here. Oh well. Wait a minute, no. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Well, at least I didn't end up dying this time like I usually do in cases like that where I'm too busy talking audio commentary for the video and not paying attention to what I'm doing in game. Like at least one of those times in Dragon Warrior 4. That series. Or the first video of Dragon Warrior 2 that almost happened. Before I realized I was venturing a little too far north too quickly and retreated. Oh goody, more poison enemies. Of course, that's another downside to having the kind of party formation I do. Usually by now, at this point in the game, if you had a white or black wizard, one of the two, I forget which one learns it, but one of the two would have the antidote/squelch spell by this point in the game. But, yeah. Well, with my party, the hero is the only magic user, so... Urge to swear and cuss rising. Thieves' key. Weirdos. Who you calling a weirdo, Buster? The boss? Bruce Springsteen? No. Oh, yeah? Gotcha, sucker! Yeah, okay, fine. Could go back upstairs, but they're not going to be up there, so... They're down here. Kandar, or Robin Hood in the remakes. Okay, that kind of sucked. Okay, if I'm being completely honest, the only downside of being over-leveled in games, even boss fights are a little too easy sometimes. Granted, I don't like how random battles, as numerous as they are, can be too annoying. But I'd like to have boss battles be at least a little more than what you just saw now. Unfortunately, the older games, there ain't so much of a balance there. You're either, like I am, way too over-leveled, or even bosses are easy, or you're too under-leveled. I mean, in some of the newer RPGs, like Etrian Odyssey games, some of those bosses are going to be challenging no matter what level you're at. The random encounters, not so much so, but boss battles, yeah. Anyways. No. Oh goody, it's a but thou must situation. Fine. The golden crown. Look up below. Okay. No. Okay. Pay attention, dummy. Me. Now, you could keep that crown as it doubles as a helmet kind of armor piece for some party member, but so you could keep it if you wanted to. But, eh. What? You're gonna hand over the... Really? Just because I did this little favor side quest for you, you're gonna let me be king? Sweet! Cool, I'm royalty now. Okay. What are the benefits for being king, though? Actually, come to think of it, this is kind of boring. I don't know anything about this country. Barely know any of its citizens. I would make a very good king, now that I think better of this. Hey! So, I think I can handle it. Get out of my way. Come on, move it. This is an order from your king. have you thrown into the dungeons for disobedience. Oh, what kind of a king am I turning out to be? Sheesh. So yeah, again, attempted comedy aside, this is kind of pointless, to be honest. You get to be king, whoop-de-doo, you can't do anything. Can't even leave town to continue your journey. So yeah, kind of dumb actually. I mean, it was a novel idea to see a side quest in a Dragon Quest game, but yeah. Definitely Dragon Quest side quests had a long way to go as far as content was concerned. Yep. Something like that, yeah. Of course, could talk to him to save your game, but if you're going to do that, be warned, he's going to ask you to... Okay. So yeah, that's about it for this side quest. Stay at the end. And for the other optional side quest involving this town and everybody's sleeping. We go into here. Could explore these optional branching paths, but for the purpose of what we're here for, hey. Really, game? Hmm. Extra hit points for somebody. Oh. Mad Dogs, I mean, Mad Hound. Should almost be there. Well, aside from the random battles every 5 steps, on average. Oh, what's this? Oh, what did I... Oh, well. Oh. Who? Okay, nothing down here. Oh, it's over here. That's where I was. Okay. Had the right idea, just not far enough over. Or something like that. Okay, what was in that chest? Oh. There's what we're here for. Oh, she's dead? Okay. What is this, Romeo and Juliet? Sort of. Anyways, we got the Dream Ruby the leader of this place wanted. Yeah, but you told me to get lost, so screw you. Apparently, yeah. Wake up powder. Okay. Oh, meh. Snob. Oh. Side quest completed. $20. Yeah, fine. Oh no, they never say. Hmm. Cloak of Evasion. Well, if I had some wizards or mages in my party, that might be useful, but... So yeah, not much for doing this one either. Just, 100% completion kind of thing. Including all the side quests. Alright, well that'll do it for this video. Next time, some actual story progress. But for today, that's it. Thanks for watching as always. See ya.